Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Linda Israel, and thank you so very much for coming to my live stream here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support and for taking the time to come here and hang out. There are a few things that I want to go over before the actual live started, so this is a recording. First of all, I want to make sure that you like this video and subscribe, so give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell up in the corner. That way you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. I have a broadcast post or even a live stream. If you're watching this video as a replay and you're on a computer, look for the little gear at the bottom. You can change the speed to speed it up. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the little three dots and usually you can change the playback speed there. My live streams generally last about 2 hours. They can go as long as 3 hours. It kind of depends on what we're working on that day and how the feedback is in the chat. While you're watching, you earn junk bucks. So if you are here, in order to get those junk bucks accumulating, go ahead and type hello in the chat and my little bot, Junkie Joe, will see you and then you'll start accruing junk bucks. And you're wondering, well, what do I do with those junk bucks? Well, you can accumulate those, and once you have 2,000 of them, you can type !award and you can redeem them for a $10 off coupon to my shop. You can earn junk bucks while you're here and when you are chatting, as well as when you play the in-chat game. So look for those as they come up, and if you make a donation. For those of you that make a donation during my live stream, make sure that you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com, and if you haven't already done so, create a user account. When you make a donation during my live stream, basically you're buying a membership to my website and to the live stream. In my opinion, what we're doing is you're accumulating that money in my account. Thank you for that donation. And as a reward, you will get 5% off your orders at lindaisrael.com. And during the live stream, if I have a journal that I'm giving away at the very end, you are eligible to win that journal. Anybody that makes a donation gets into that drawing by manually typing in the raffle at the end, but then you also get the discount membership on my website. Thank you to Robin, who is my administrator during the live stream. She helps me out with answering questions as well as giving information. She is also my administrator over at the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, please do. We'd love to have you over there. You're welcome to share what you're working on. Speaking of sharing, during the live today, you can speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. You will not be able to share your link to your channel, but you can at least say, hey, my name is, and this is what I do. And then your friends that come into the chat can follow each other. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you will be kind to those that are here. If you have a question, put it in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those. The chat sometimes goes pretty fast, so I don't always see it, so do ask again. And at the same time, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to somebody's question, please speak up and give them the answer. Check the description box for links to products that I share today. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I do get a commission on items that you purchase through my link. If you're going to buy something anyway, I greatly appreciate it. It does not cost you any extra. It just gives me a little bit of a commission, which helps me buy products to show you here. If you win one of the raffles, you can start right now by typing !raffle. Do make sure that you go over to my website, and if you haven't already created a user account, that way I will have your contact information so I can send you your prize. I am starting a raffle right now that is for 200 junk bucks, so you can get well on your way to accumulating your junk bucks. Let's have some fun today and let's get started. Thanks everybody for being here. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hello. I think we're live. Is it working? Because I was having computer issues. It just did not want to connect, and I don't know why. Hey, Margie, Julie, and Jennifer, welcome. Glad y'all are here. Margie says yes. A YouTube channel has exactly one video, and it's a private video that I took off getting many years ago. Okay. How is everybody? Are you doing good? Are you having a great day? I am still working on this black and white journal. I did chat with thank you, Margie. I did chat with Robin just for a moment because I know she's a busy lady. She only has Sunday off. She is working every day except Sunday. So that's one of the reasons she hasn't been with us on our live streams, is because she's working. I told her if she needs to get away Sunday to let me know, and I'd go get her. And I asked her if she needed anything else. She said, no, I don't need anything else. I said, okay. You have an ad? Oh, you have an ad? Well, we got to get the advertisements right. I've just saw this over here, so I thought I'd share with you. One of my friends, Angela, is, I guess, it's not a organized retreat. It's her and a few of her friends that get together and they rent a place that has beds for everybody, and then it has a crafting area. So there's tables and there's lights, there's electricity, there's a kitchen, we bring our own food, that kind of stuff. And she invited me. So I've been writing a list of things that I want to take, and I'm trying to think about what I can do. Yeah, she misses us too. That's what Robin said. I'm trying to figure out what to take. So I've been writing little notes, items for the retreat. I've got glue, scissors, paper trimmer, and stamps and ink pads and Tattered Angels glimmer mist and copy paper, embossing pad, embossing powder, heat tool in case I want to do some embossing with my rubber stamps, watercolor paper, white cardstock, copy paper. Oh yeah, my watercolors as well, and then maybe my tag punch. I've got a bunch of things that I've been going through. That's partly what had this come together, was because I found the stickers and I wanted to make something with them. Well, I have a bunch of different little baggies that have either leftover gel prints or scraps of paper that were on the table or things that I pulled out to make a journal with and didn't use, so I stuffed them in a Ziploc bag, and I have a couple of boxes of these set aside. So I'm trying to think, so do I take those boxes with some basic items, the white cardstock, the plain copy paper, of course glue, and then spend the time going through these Ziploc bags in those boxes and make some simple journals? Maybe they won't be super embellished like this journal, but it would be a basic journal that once it was put together and bound, it could be easily embellished after the fact by myself or someone else. I don't know, something I've been thinking about. What are your thoughts about that? What would you take if someone gave you plenty of time to plan it out? It's going to be in September, to go to a 3-day retreat where I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's actually 4 days. It's Thursday move-in day. So that's not really a full day, but 3 days, and packing up on Sunday to come home. What would you take? Oh, snacks. We got to get snacks. Got to get the snacks. I got you. Snacks. I got to put that down. Snacks. Food. I haven't decided what I want to take. I make a pretty good, I call it chicken, I don't know, call it chicken stew maybe. It's chicken and egg noodles and vegetables and chicken broth and I don't know, it's just a real hearty soup. That's pretty good. So maybe I'll take that. Gotta take the snacks, right? I've just recently went to a place that's called Ollie's, and it is a discount store that sells things from other businesses that have gone out, and then they also have their own line of items that they sell, kind of like what Big Lots, and I think it was, we had one called Walls, and then we've had Tuesday Morning, which Tuesday Morning has closed, and I believe Big Lots is also closed now. So it's just a place where you can get discontinued items or things that are not selling very well at some of those businesses, so they wholesale it out to this place. And so I've been picking up a few things there. I picked up some, I haven't even opened it yet. I just got them. I got some cashews. And see, this is their price. This isn't an add-on sticker. This is a product that they sell. And it's $4.99 for 16 ounces of cashews. And because I became an Ollie's member, I got 15% off my purchase. So I bought those so I would have snacky foods. Hey, Naomi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm writing my list. I've got it started of what I want to take, and then I have to think about how I'm going to set up my desk. My friend Angela has set, yeah, I love cashews, aren't they good? She has a really cool portable setup. She has, I don't know how to explain it. Think of like I don't know. It's a stand that she has in front of her that is elevated so she could put stuff underneath and she could put stuff on top. She has a Lazy Susan. I have one here, but I don't need all the tools that are in that. She has a Lazy Susan that she can spin around that has all kinds of markers and pens and pencils and X-Acto knife, a paintbrush, that kind of stuff in it. So it's kind of neat what people can put together to go to another location to craft. You would take the family dip with Ruffles. It is made with cream cheese, ketchup, and Worcestershire sauce. Interesting. Kind of like an island bench. I guess you could say it's just a little bench that sits on the table. I kind of have that set up over to the side over here. It is a shoe rack that I have over here that's wood, and it has multiple shelves in it, and I have things set inside of it. So I'm trying to think about how I could set up my workstation to have all the things that I need or want, but yet at the same time I don't want to take a complete carload of things, because I know from experience I don't use all of it, but I do want to have the ability to take some of the things that I like. Okay. Oh, your ATC group used to get together once a year. Oh, how fun. AI says bring a variety of papers, washi tape, stickers, stamps, cutting tools, glue, ruler, pencil, fabric, and lace scraps. Thank you, Julie. Jennifer would take her craft tackle box, and I've seen that. She showed a picture of that. It's really quite clever. She's got little bits of things in her little box that's somewhat small, but has enough things to keep her going. So that's really good. All right, so I think we've chatted around here enough. I have no idea if I'm going to get this finished today. This may go on to a 4th week because I keep adding things. So currently what I have here, it's starting to look kind of fluffy. It's not finished, but it's getting there. Is I've made a journal base that was made with some heavy watercolor paper, and I attached that all together using a little bit of fabric, and I also have some cardstock on the inside. It measures 6 inches wide, 12 inches tall, a little over 12, and then the spine is about 1.5 inches. So far, I have collected some papers to give it approximately 3 signatures with 5 pages folded in half. So what is that? 15, yeah, 15 times 4, which would be 33, 60 pages. Is that right? I think that's right. 5, 10, 15, 15 times 4. 2 times 15 is 30. 2 times 30 is 60. So yeah, 60 about. Oh, hey, Sally. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I have messed around and looked at different papers here. So far, here's what I have in the first signature. I think most of it is complete. There are a couple things that I did add. For example, I think last week I had shared that I had a sticker left over, so I thought that would look good on that page, and I went ahead and put that together. I've got some stamping and washing tape on this page. Did some stamped images that I fussy cut out. And then I did do, oh, I forgot to put some distress ink around that, but oh well, it looks okay. Here I added a scrap of black paper and then added the dragonfly. And this is a photograph that I got, either it was given to me or it came in a bundle a long time ago. Over here, I've got another pocket with a journal card that I made out of an image from Tattered Angels. I used some gel prints on some of the pages. This is a paper sack, a paper grocery sack, another vintage image. Next page. I got to get this all lined up really well. And then here, I've already done this part of it, but I've been laying it out for a couple of weeks now. I had some scraps of paper that I made some little pockets. These are some of the sticker elements that I made that first week. And then over here, I started this happens, I was reading a story the other day that said that Edison, spent, I don't know, 10,000 times trying to make a light bulb, and it wasn't that those were failures. He just learned 9,999 ways for it to not work. And then on the 10,000th time, it worked. I'm exaggerating the numbers, but you get the idea. So whenever we have a problem in what we're working on, what we're creating, it's not that it's a failure, it's an opportunity to learn and do something different. So here's something I learned. I was stamping this leaf on the page, and I did it pretty quickly. I stamped it, and then I glued down this image, and then I rubbed my hand over it, which is a habit I have had for a long time, and I need to break myself of doing that. Instead, I should make sure that my stamped image is dry. If you haven't dried it, you might set it aside for a moment or hit it with a heat tool. Because even though I'm using permanent ink, which usually dries pretty quick, it was still a little damp. And so when I rubbed my hand over it, it smeared ink everywhere. Well, I just took my daubing tool and kind of just went all around and kind of gave it that look that it's supposed to be messy. It happens. I'm not going to worry about it. It looks good. Oh, I know I didn't distress that. Isn't that crazy? And so then, I've just kind of been working through this journal. Like this page, I've already glued down this piece of paper, and I grabbed a couple things thinking, okay, well, maybe what I should do is something like that on the page. In fact, I kind of like the way that looks. Let me see. Okay. This paper clip is holding something that's on the other side, so I'm going to shift that. Now, this rose actually goes this way, so maybe what I should do is put it at the bottom. What do you think? And then I'm just going to put that right in the center. I am going to go ahead. I didn't do it on some of the other stuff, but I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to add some distressing around this piece. I don't know where this came from. I think it was a pack that someone had given to me that were pre-made, die-cut journaling spots. And you know, if you don't have a piece like this, you can create your own, and I probably should do that on a couple of these pages. I have a rubber stamp that's lines, or you could use a ruler and just draw the lines. I have corner rubber stamps. I've got border rubber stamps. You can doodle. You can use washi tape. So just because this one was a purchased one, you can make your own. All right, so now I think I'm going to do is glue this down at the top, leaving the same amount of space on the sides, and then we'll glue it down all together. Hey, we've got Call Me Glitters here. Hey. And Craft Creations and More is here. Whoop, whoop. That's, what is that? Constance, and is it Michelle? I hope I said that right. I am terrible with names until I've seen it a million times. And then I'll finally go, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. You know, like Margie, Faluke family, feline, what is it called? I always, see, now she hasn't said anything. Faluke feline family. See, I had it backwards. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that here. All right, yeah, I'm going to put that there. Welcome. Do you plan your projects, or do you just do whatever you feel like? Are you creating things right now? I have a tendency to pile things, to pull things from my stash. And again, I think I've showed this before. I've got a Ziploc bag here that I've been putting things in over to the side, trying to keep it somewhat contained. And I try to pull from that, especially if I'm looking for, you know, a strip of paper that I think would go with, because I've already pulled some stuff out. I've got some stickers in there that I thought maybe I could use. Mostly they're border stickers now. How do you set up your space to work? Oh yeah, Sally. Hey, Sally. I forgot to say something to Sally. Hey. Welcome. Let's see. So Craft Creations, which I think is Constance, is making cards right now, and we'll start soon making Christmas cards. Yeah, I guess it is. July starts tomorrow, right? And Margie says, I'm creating whatever it is we create when we breathe. Carbon monoxide. Good job. Oh, funny. And I'm going to look in here. Let's see. Oh, this might be good. How about if we just do, thoughts. And I think I saw, is that big enough? No. But this one might be. Let's see if that's bigger. Well, it's not real big. Okay, I saw another scrap. Let's see. Oh, here's one. This will be better. Now, do I make it a separate and put it in the middle, or just on the edge? I think I'm going to do this. I'm just going to find my scissors that I just had a moment ago and trim this, and maybe put it right up there. Kind of gives us a nice little layered effect. Got up way too early. Oh no, you were putting away your stamps and some of them melted. Oh no, how'd they get melted? Yeah. Naomi's in the future, and so is Julie, because they're in July already. Tired. I have been the the goal that I made for 2025 for myself was that I was going to walk and get at least 10,000 steps a day. And the reason for that was because Henry and I, when we go on vacation on a cruise, we generally have to walk quite a bit. And I have a tendency to say, I'm tired, I want to stop now. And he's like, come on, we got to keep going. And I'm like, no. So I've been doing that. You don't know how they melted? Are they the clear ones? Or if they're the what is that? Polymer. That's what I'm trying to say. They're polymer. Those, if you didn't know, regardless of heat, have a tendency to disintegrate. And I don't know, it depends on where you get them. Sometimes whatever that chemical process that they make those polymer stamps, those clear stamps, is not always the best. And they aren't really designed to last for a really long time. I prefer, if I'm going to buy stamps that are pricey, they need to be real rubber, either the gray rubber where they're laser engraved, or maybe the red rubber, because that means that they were vulcanized and pressed, if that makes sense. Margie says her goal for 2025 is to survive. The ones you stick to the stamp box. This is, here, let me show you. Yeah. So these are the clear ones that stick to a block. And depending on the brand, some brands aren't high quality. These are Ranger ink, so they're pretty good. I've had these for a long time. And they will stick to a block and keep working. This is my stamp that I made, and it is a gray rubber, and I have a cling back that's put on it. Sometimes it's sticky on the cling, even on both of these, cannot be sticky again. You can usually wash them and let them air dry, and they will work again. And if that doesn't work, you can always use Zig two-way glue. But if they've melted, more than likely it's the quality of the stamps. So she finally says, yes, it's the clear ones from Temu. However you say that. And I hate to say this, but you get what you pay for. They're not quality made. That's just what it is. If you want to spend $2 or $3 on a set of rubber stamps, that's great. Just know that they're not going to last. They're going to fall apart. That's all I'm going to say. I would never purchase anything from Temu or what's the other one? What is it called? I don't even know the names. I just know I won't buy from them because they don't have a consistent manufacturing process. They just make whatever's cheap. Yeah. Okay. So this is another one of those die cut pieces that, again, somebody gave me. I'm just going to place it up here. I did glue down a piece of scrapbook paper. Even though this journal is considered black and white, I consider brown, ivory, gray, white, black, gold, silver, all in that realm of black and white. I'm not going to be a strict person that says you only can use only black and only white. I have shades of gray in here. We're just going to deal with it. This is a piece I made over the weekend. I was trying to just figure out how to make a little angled pocket. And here's what I did. I took 2 pieces of paper and glued them together. And I had a little bit of a border around them. So it had this nice little line to mat them with. I turned it over to the back side, and I decided that I wanted it to have a low side and then it would go up high, as you can see here. And all I did was I just went up 2 inches and made a tick mark. And then from the top, I came down 2 inches and made a tick mark. And then I placed my cutter on that line and cut diagonally. And that gave me 2 angle pieces that are the same direction. Now, it's important. If you want this to be lower on this side and higher on that side, you need to realize when you make your tick marks, which side are you doing that on so that you can make adjustments. Ask me how I know. Okay, so here, I haven't put a card in here yet. I just saw this one. I don't know if it's big enough or too big. It kind of fits. It has a little bit of pink on it. So let's see what we can find to decorate it. I think I saw a little piece of paper in here that I could use. Oh, there's a neat little, I don't know if I want to use that or not, but stick it over there. What do we have? What do we have? I have, well, that's cardstock already. I don't know if I want to, I think I want to make sure that whatever I glue on here is covered up. All right, I'm going to dig out my scrap. Got my scraps out here. Let's see what's in here that I see. Black paper. Lots and lots of, oh, I've got this tissue paper. But I think you're going to see, you know what I could do is I could cover that with a tab on the top. Why don't I do that? Okay, that's a plan. And if I cover that top portion, there's a couple of pieces. Maybe I could stamp on it or add a sticker. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get one of these out. I've got this piece. I'm going to fold this in half lengthwise here. And where is my foam folder? Go like that. Okay, why is my, something's not right. Oh no, Naomi. I'm real sorry to hear that. What's going on? My computer's acting weird, or my phone's acting weird. Okay, so I think what I want to do first is I'm going to add some distress inks to this. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you have to have a walking stick. I have been getting my steps. I've been getting 10,000 steps a day, except for 2 days. And that's when I was really sick and had the norovirus. And the month of June, I have made an average of 15,000 steps a day. All right, so I'm going to line this up here so I can cut it. Okay, that should be about enough. Cut that off. I don't know, my phone's acting weird all of a sudden. I'm getting weird notifications. What is going on? I don't know what's happening. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're having to use a walking stick. I'm glad that you are able to get one, and hopefully I find that it will keep you going. Do I want to do something like that? Something like that in the middle? What do you think? Or I do have, I don't know how well it's going to show up. Let's see. I do have this washi tape. Oh, let's do the washi tape. Okay, I got it. I'm going to glue this down. And then we're going to put washi tape on this black paper. There's a Weird Al song. He says, I bought it on eBay. So I always say I bought it on Temu. Ah, that's funny. Too funny. I have not ever purchased anything from Temu. There was another one that I did buy something from, and I was not happy with the quality of the product, so I didn't do that again. All right, so I've got my glue stick, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle. It's just a Elmer's glue stick, and we're going to go across here. Try to get it. I get it closer to me so I can see it. All right. Cut it off. Cut it off. And we might as well do both sides, right? Hello, Elijah. Hello, hello, hello. Wish. Yeah, I think I ordered, what did I order from Wish? I think I ordered a shirt from Wish. And when I got it, I was so disappointed in it. I was like, well, thankfully, I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. But I won't buy from them again because, yeah, I don't like wasting my money. I have been going to a local owned thrift store, not the corporate chain thrift store. And I found a few things that I've been quite happy with. And I'm like, I don't need to go shopping. I can go down there and get something. Okay, I like that. I have a dragonfly peeking out there. But I think we need a little something. I saw that flower, but I think I need to get out some more stamps. Let's look. You know, I haven't done this one in a while, so I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to stamp one of those out. He's getting ready for school. They're still in school. I guess for us, this would be our summer vacation, Naomi, for most kids. And y'all are in winter right now. Is that correct? Did I get that right? A little scrap of paper. Yep, that'll fit. Yeah, I think I need to add a little bit of ink. I'm going to re-ink my ink pad a little bit. Well, he's 8 now, isn't he? Right? Today is 8 years ago is when I started the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group with the help of a few friends. Okay, I'm going to stamp that again. Just so I have a couple of them. Okay. Scissors. I've got scissors. All right, let's fussy cut this out. What else have y'all been doing? I've been reading a little bit. I walked outside. I went to a lily show. This is where local people have grown lilies in their yards here in Oklahoma. And then they brought lilies and they were judged and given ribbons if they seemed worthy. They had lots of pretty different lilies. And then they had a vendor that had a few lilies for sale. And my father-in-law told him about it. And he and I went and he bought a bunch of flowers and gifted me 3 plants. So I've got to decide how I want to plant them. And I think I've decided, because they are oriental lilies, they're fragrant lilies, I'm going to put them in pots, because sometimes the oriental lilies do not like our winters because they get too cold. And I thought maybe if I put them in pots, then I could put them in my greenhouse. Hey, Bonnie, welcome, welcome. This is their last week before winter break for 2 weeks. Oh, okay, awesome. You know a lily, but she would like to be judged or sold. I was thinking of putting that right there. What do you think? Just adding a little bit there. We could, I don't know if that's big enough, but we could do that. Should I round? I think I'm going to round the corners and see how that looks. This was just a scrap that was laying here. So I've got a 1/4 inch. Round and round and round we go. 9th day of vertigo. That sucks, Bonnie. I'm sorry to hear that. I think we were talking about that last week, weren't we not? I had a boss that had vertigo. I think that would look cute right there. And I can make this a little tuck spot when you put something behind there. In fact, I've got a little piece of paper here that maybe will stick in there. Okay, let's glue this together. And I think Naomi was saying that there is a technique of how you manipulate your body to help with vertigo. All right, I'm going to put that right here. And then we're going to glue it there, but I'm only going to glue it on 2 sides. I think it looks better with the black behind it too. Thank you, Bonnie. It stands out more. There we go. This is a scrap that I cut off of another project. So I thought, why not use it here? Okay, I think I need this edge. And I need this edge. And then we need to go here. All the way around. Epley maneuver. It's a movement that uses gravity to put the ear crystals back in place. Yes, Julie, I see you, Julie. You keep starting new projects to make my list of unfinished items is getting bigger. Well, then, Julie, I think you need to make it a goal to finish a project, young lady. Do you have it organized so you know what goes together? I think many of us have a tendency to spend more time organizing than we do creating. Does promethazine hydrochloride work for you? Okay, yeah, so Naomi knew the right name. Okay. All right, so this is just a little scrap of paper. And then I was just going to stick that in here. Maybe kind of like that, just sticking out. Just little options there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so over here, I'm going to pull this one out. See what I have. Okay, I got a few little things on here. Set this out of the way. I couldn't decide if I wanted to add anything else to this before I glued down this piece. And this piece is a rubber stamped image that I gold embossed, and then I just kind of fussy cut it out to put across the top. I don't know that every page has to have something super fancy. On the other page of paper sack, we stamped on that side, and it looks like we stamped on the other side. Let's go to this one to see what it looks like. I think we did the same thing. Stamped there, and we stamped there. Oh, and here's where I did some gold embossing and fussy cut a different image and put on the page. So, do we stamp, or do we just put it down the way it is? You must love construction better than the decorating. Well, and Julie, maybe that's what you need to do, is you don't have to decorate the journal as you make it. I do that because that's part of my live stream. That's how I operate. But what you could do is just make the base of your journal and then set it aside. And if you want to decorate it later, you can. You don't have to go through that whole decoration process as you build it. Okay. Side effects of drugs. It's terrible. Well, that's good that Jennifer has found a drug that works for her. That's good. I would never wish having vertigo on anybody. Or any of the ailments that we have in our world. You know, the saying goes, sit down and talk to somebody and realize that what they're going through is probably far worse than what you're going through. All right, I had this one scheduled to go there, but I think I'm going to change it and put this one here so it's further away in the journal so it doesn't look like it's too matchy-matchy. Yeah, dosages for each person. That's why you talk to a physician and a chemist while you're at it. Or a pharmacist, if that's what we call them here, pharmacists. I was reading a book that was talking about chemists. Had to go to the chemist to get a prescription. All right, so those are going on those sides. All right, now this is another rubber stamped image. I have a few of these stamps. These are from Beeline Designs. I think I still have a couple left in my shop, but I think these are letters, stacked letters, something to that effect. And I thought they might look kind of cute on the bottom here as a little tuck spot. So I'm going to put that right here. And then I'm going to use my paper towel to wipe away any excess glue. And not my fingers. Okay, got that. And then this will go in the pocket. Okay. And then over here, here's another image that I rubber stamped that I thought would look good here on the bottom. So I'm just going to stamp, glue that down. Can't get it. Glue it down. Cranial cervical instability. I don't want any of those things. I feel bad for you. I don't even know the name of the things that I have wrong with me because I don't go to the doctor. I'd rather craft I don't need to go to the doctor. Okay, there's that. This isn't quite dry, so I'm just going to barely tuck that in there. And I feel like it needs something across the top. I know we did this on that side. So let's look at this package of stickers. And let's see if there's something. Here we go. Looks like they have some wavy borders. I have some in brown. You know what I could do is use one of these and alter the color and make it black. What do you think? If I put that across the top of the page but made it black, I think that's a good idea. So I'm going to get a piece of paper here, a couple of them. And I know it's going to get messy, so I'm going to put on some gloves. Putting on some gloves. I thought I had the other day. Oh, it's not in there. Oh, where is it? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna get. Do I want to use ink? I'll use ink. I've got an ink pad and I've got a dauber. So let's see what happens if I run this across. Get a hold of it. And I think that works. It makes it black. So I'm just going to rub. Oh, I guess my little dauber, I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac glue, came undone from the little pad. So I'm going to put it back together and let that sit, and I'll use it later. I think I have another one here. Here's one I can use. I guess I don't have, oh, you know what? We've got, I've got a black brush. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that works. Okay. And I'm using something that I had in my stash forever. Okay, good. Let's close this up. Now I'm going to take my paper towel and rub over it a few times to get any loose ink. Do it a few more times. Okay. Now I'm going to hit it with a heat tool. That way, if there's any wet ink, it dries. That looks good. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I need a blingy one. Okay, well, maybe we can add some bling. I'm going to take the gloves off. I had a gold one. I think there's some silver in there somewhere. Okay, this is going to go across here. I am going to put down some glue. I need a needle to unstick this. There we go. The adhesive on these strips does not work very good. So I am going to run a bead of glue right down the straight edge here. There we go. Put that away. Hmm. Oh, a blingy dauber. Oh, I see. Yes, I need a. That one just says black. Yes, I need a blingy dauber. I wonder where I could get one of those. Do you know where I can get one of those, Jennifer? This was my blingy dauber. I put one little bling on it. All right, we'll trim this off. Ah! All right, let's get this all smoothed out. I don't think I need to keep that little bitty piece. I'm going to throw it away. Not going to keep it. I am going to rub this. Hint, hint, Jennifer, if you didn't get that, Margie says. Okay, so Jennifer says we need some bling on there. And I thought I saw some of these in silver. I probably should have. Does this one have? I don't know that I want to use two, but let's look. Maybe what we can do is find some bling. Haha, I have a bunch of bling here. So let's do this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. But we're not going to put one here because that's in the bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 in a strip. And I was going to put them in the hole of the decoration like that. And then it'll be blingy. How's that? Is that good enough? I know you were talking about the dauber, but now I'm adding bling to the page. How's that? Using that black bling. Oh, I think this one's not cut. I don't think I got all the way. There we go. I'm having to cut the adhesive that is in the string of these rhinestones. Let's see how this looks. That was turned over backwards. What are you doing? Where are my tweezers? There we go. I got it. Oh, it turned over again. Go right there. Get in that spot. Bling is always good. There we go. There we go. Making him shiny. Okay. There. Poking it into the center. So I altered a sticker and made it conform to my needs. I'm not going to put one in the dead center because it'll be in the way of the binding whenever I do that step. I was just looking at this. Should we put, maybe we should put some black behind it. Okay, thought maybe I got to the end of my piece that I've cut. Okay. We're just taking our time to embellish this journal a little bit, right? Now what I am going to do is I am going to take my pen and I'm going to fill in that hole. So even though I didn't put a piece of rhinestone in it, you won't see that it is different. I'm trying to decide if I should just put this on here and fussy cut out and stick it on the top. Another thing I could do is cut a piece and put it in the middle. What do you think? Fussy cut or put it on top of a bigger piece of paper? Then I just cut those apart because I didn't use all of the silver and I was wanting to get into this black. Fussy cut around the daisy, or do we want to do a black strip of paper at the top of this journal card? Bling is always good. Conformity is crucial. I know we all have our things in life, you know, and we could say, woe is me, life is terrible. But you got to look at the positive things in life. I'm very blessed to have a husband that allows me to play in the crafts. I have a home that I know I can come to and lay my head down at night and sleep. I may not always get very good sleep, but I know I have a place where I can do that. What are you thankful for in your life? All right, get this over here. Put it in the spot. Oh, well, fun, Naomi. That's awesome. That's awesome. I always love to hear when other people are, you know, getting into crafts, doing things. Is it because I got... I don't know what happened. I have earbuds in and they're not making any noise. Well, it says they're charged. So I don't know why. Why are you doing this to me? I want to listen to music. Come on, connected. That's what it said. Then why are you giving me troubles? I may have to, maybe I need to reboot my phone or something. Or maybe the media is turned down. Ha! The media was turned down. I figured it out. Technology, man. Did you get some more junk bucks, Margie? Okay, put that right there. Okay. I guess my cell phone was in my pocket and I guess I was hitting the volume button and it turned the sound down. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost to the end. I don't know if I got this one cut. Need two more. There we go. All right, now I got to read. Did anybody say to have a home and good friends who help me when you... That's right. We're blessed. We're blessed beyond measure. We just have to remember that. Yeah, there's days when things suck. But we're also blessed. Okay. I'm trying to decide. All right, here's what I'm doing. We're going to add a little bit of Distress Inks to the edge. And then I'm going to stick it down on this piece of black paper and then fussy cut it out. I have made a decision. Oh, yes, Bonnie, I can do that. I might be able, well, I can't do it while we're on the live, but yes, I'll get that done. All right, I'm just kind of loosely cutting around it. I guess I could have, if I wanted, would be to punch a circle, and then it would have been a very uniform circle behind here. And then let's put that, I'll put it in this corner. It's going to go here. So yeah, I'll put it in that corner. Oh, you wear a walkie-talkie at work, and every now and then when someone talks on it, it blasts your ears. Oh! And turn the sound up. Yeah, you got to worry about that. Don't turn the sound up too loud, right? You need the daisy stencils. Gotcha. All right, so then this could go right there. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's move some stuff around out of the way. All right, so this goes in the middle. All right, so we'll continue on. We did this one. Okay, so this one, I had some of these tear-off pages, and I matted it with black and matted it with white. When I glued it down, I made it big enough to have a pocket on the side over here. So that looks like it is approximately, let me get my ruler, about 3 1/4 inches deep. And then let's go from here to up there. So maybe 4 1/2 inches tall. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Let's see if I have a piece of cardstock. Okay, that won't go. That's too tall. Here's a piece of ivory kind of cardstock, so we'll use that. All right, so we said 4 1/2 inches tall. So let's try that. 4 1/2 inches tall. Let's see if that fits in here. Okay, it fits in that one. Okay, I know this one's a pocket. Where is it? There it is. Okay, it fits in that one. Oh, I didn't show you my nails. They have little gold things on. I was trying to figure out what to do for black. All right, I think I'm going to do this at 3 1/4 so that it sticks out just a little bit. Oh, it went in. So maybe what I can do is put a tab on that. I'm going to do the other one at 3 1/4 as well. Okay, so we got those. Another little scrap. Lay that over there. Let me get my tab punch, which should be right here. Got my tab punch. And let me get a scrap of paper. this should work. Put that in here. And I have found that if I lay a acrylic block over the top of my punch and then stand up, I get a better punch. I'll do that again. Now I put this away. I didn't put my stamp up earlier. I should probably do that. There. All right, so now I'm going to take this and fold it in half. Scraps are paper babies. Paper has way more fun than you do, Margie says, than I do, she says. They can get out of hand. That is true. That is true. All right, we got those two. And I think I want to, let's round the corners of these. Stack them together. Okay. What time? 4:59. All right, so I'm just going to add some distress inks. Flip it over to the back sides. And then unstack them. Shuffle them around. You still with us, everybody? Hey, Sally. You can get a teacup for your castle. Ah, dear. Did I get this one too? Yeah, they're both done. Okay. So now I'm going to take these guys, and position that somewhat in the center. And close it over on itself. There we go. Just kind of position that together. All right, let's do the next one. With a saucer. Jennifer's still here, still with me. Okay, let's go right here. Here we go, here we go. Henry's been over at his parents' house helping his dad with a project, and the other day he came home and showed me his arm. I haven't checked it today. He thought he got into some poison ivy, and I'm hoping that it's not bothering him. Okay, there we go. It's kind of a hidden tuck spot, isn't it? Do you see the little tab? What can we do? Let's put some of this bling on there, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are they? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 3 of these and put them kind of in the middle. Like that. And then you kind of have a little texture there. How's that? All right, thank you. We'll see you soon, Naomi. Be safe. Drive safe. Oh, that one is not. Let's do this side. Okay. There. There we go. So we have some bling over here, and we had a little bit of bling over there. How's that? Ain't that special? My pages are getting all wonky on me. Okay, go this way. We have this here. That looks pretty cute. All right, we got this side. Let's do this page. So, we need something to put on both of these pages. We've been doing some washi tape. I think this time I want to do some stamping. I'm going to undo this one. Okay, set that aside. Put that back up here. Time for a drink of water. I was going to make me a iced coffee this morning, and I forgot to make some coffee, and then I got busy, and I was walking, and it just seems like it's one thing or another, right? Something I've been doing with my scraps is to reduce them, is go through whenever I'm done, and on this one, per se, I cut off those pieces and throw away the excess. All right, I think I want my border stamps. I just had them. Where did they go? Are they not in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I do have this corner. Maybe I'll do that instead. And I've got a corner stamp I think I'm going to use this time. I was going to use a border, but I changed my mind. That's my prerogative. Especially since I didn't find what I was looking for. Oh, dear. Okay. All right, I'm going to do this on a scrap of paper first to make sure. Okay, that looks pretty cute. All right. There we go. I meant to do this corner and I forgot. Let's do that one. I don't know why I put it on the corner of this block when I should have put it in the middle of the block so that I don't end up accidentally rocking the stamp and getting ink all over it. So I'm going to undo it. There we go. That'll be better. There we go. And then somehow, see, I got debris. I got debris. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a different stamp. Do I want this one? Maybe I'll get a butterfly. Oh, it's not on there. Where is it? Oh no. I'm missing my little bitty butterfly stamp. Well, I got a bee. Let's use this little bee. How's that? It's just, you know, it covers up the oopsies. Clean that off. Put this one back as well. Oreo is barking, so it probably means he needs to go outside. So pardon me while I go take the dog outside. I'll be right back. I think that's going to go right there. I'm coming, Oreo. Alexa, turn the living room on. I came back. Sorry. Old dogs, they have to have special treatment, you know. Julie had to go to the bathroom herself. Yeah, you gotta go let the puppers out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Uh-oh. Alright, so this one, I'm trying to decide if I just want to stick it down here at the bottom. I think I'm going to make a journal card that is up here and put this down here at the bottom. So I'm going to glue this one down. Like so. Alright, so this card I'm going to stamp around the edges. So let's get, I'm going to use this one. This is a sunflower. Get this where I can see it. I like that, just simple. So next I'm going to add some distress inks to it. Put that away for a moment. I'm going to do both sides. And I think what I'm going to do is, I did this last week, so I made some corners to hold that in the journal. So I need, I'm looking for the right size of scrap of paper so I don't have to cut another piece, right? Well, you know what? I have this one, so I'm going to measure it. And if it's not square, we're going to make it square. So that's 3. It's not quite 3, so we're going to do it at 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. That doesn't seem right. That was at 3. There we go, 3. Alright, so I've got a square. Easy way to do this is I'm going to move this over to the 2.5 mark and lay that down. I'm going to score. I'm going to rotate. Actually, that's deeper than I need it to be, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. I could have gotten away with 1/4 of an inch, but this one's going to be deeper. Alright, so I scored all the way around, and then I'm going to find the corner here and here. Cut it. Now I've got these 2 pieces. I'm going to fold this over and cut off what's sticking out. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this over, cut off what's sticking out, cut the corner, and now I've created a corner piece. See that? Do that again. Fold it over. Oh yeah, you want to color yours, but you don't think it will happen. I have a bunch of coloring book pages that I haven't colored, and I need to do that. So maybe this is one of those projects that you could add the coloring book pages to the journal. Time to clean up the scraps. All right, so I've got these two pieces. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay these out on my scrap. And I want my gold embossing powder and my ink pad. So I'm going to stamp this same sunflower on this piece here. Use my tweezers. See there? I'm going to do that again. Okay. Come on now, cooperate. There we go. Don't need this anymore. Put it away. Yeah, you could, yes, definitely you could spray them with glimmer mist instead of actually coloring them. You could spray them with other colors or things that you're working on. You could leave them just as they are. Cut them up and make journal cards out of the pages that, you know, are overall patterns, not necessarily a scene. A lot of the coloring books I have are repeat patterns, kind of like a mandala or something to that effect. I have a few that are a scene. I hardly bought any that were a full scene because I knew that most of my journals, being 8.5 by 11, folded in half, and these coloring books are usually 8.5 wide, 11 inches tall, and the images don't always lend themselves well to be folded in half. Of course, you can get that abstract look if you fold them. I'm just heating up the embossing powder. Okay. Now, put this away. Put this away. All right, so this one is going to go here in that pocket. Then I'm going to use my bone folder and really score the edges. Do that again. And something I like to do is to put them on my card that I want to add to my journal. And I'll get a little scrap of washi tape to kind of hold it in place. And I'll do the opposite corner over here. And I'm not pushing it all the way in, because if you get it too snug, you can't get the card out. Another piece of washi tape over here. Okay. And then I'm going to add glue to the tabs and press them again. You really gotta flatten them out so that the tabs will stay down. Okay. Yeah, you use some of you don't like for tag. Yeah. Cut them up. Make them into something else. And if you do color them, again, you could cut them up and turn them into tags or cards. All right, so I got glue on both pieces. So now I'm going to try to center this and paste it down gently. All right, I'm going to lay an acrylic block or two on it for a second. because they'll pop up. It'll pop up. Okay. Well, that's gluing. Let's move some things around here. Got my bone folder. Got my paper clips. I need to put back in the little box here. I've got up there. I'm going to slide this over for a moment while that sits. Here is my next page that I want to work on. So this side was an element that I made with the stickers. So the stickers are here and there's one there. And so over here I grabbed some text weight scrapbook paper and I thought maybe I could layer a piece on here. I don't know, I'm toying with it a little bit. I saw a piece that was smaller earlier that I was thinking of using, is I could do this piece in the middle and maybe get a black piece right behind that one. Something like that, just layers. And then put another layer here of a white piece of paper. You know, I haven't used, maybe I should go get a coloring book. I wonder if I have them where I can get to them at the moment. I moved them. Yeah, they're not boring. They're not boring. Okay. I have a label. It says composition notebooks and coloring books. Let's see if it lied. Okay, calendar. That's apparently I need to add calendars. Composition notebooks. I have covers to coloring books. Okay. Oh, and this one's kind of cool. I wonder, hey, let's do that. All right, I got a couple of coloring books pages out. So, making a change. I don't know how big this is, so I'm going to measure it and trim it. All your labels lie. Okay. Okay. So I got this piece that measures approximately 5 1/8 by 7 3 or 6 3/4 maybe. I saw some black paper here earlier. That may be the right size. Let's see. My thinking was if I were to mat that onto my paper, that would look pretty good. I don't think it needs to be very big. So I'm going to look at this, because it doesn't have to be, yeah, 5.5 inches gives us a nice little border, almost 5.5. Okay. Let's see if I can get a good little border on there. Okay. Now, do we make this a pocket, or do we make it a journaling spot or a tuck spot? I'm going to add some Distress inks to the edges. We're having a rainy day. We had rain earlier. It wasn't heavy rain. It was very light. It's just enough to raise the humidity so it'll be muggy outside. It wasn't too bad though when I went out with Oreo. I'm going to put this away. Take off the washi tape gently. There we go. So now we can, a little finagling, but you can get this little card out and put it back in. All right, this goes back in my journal. Now, I think I still want to layer on this, and here's why. This music paper is kind of thin, so maybe I will still use this piece that I originally had gotten out, and then glue this piece over the top of it. Just to make sure I'm not in the center. There we go. So you still see the music behind it, and it will give the edge of this paper a little bit more stability. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's glue these two pieces together. You rubbing Dawn on your hands? You gonna win? That was from a calendar. Somebody had sent me some pages. I love little finds like that. If you like this black and white journal that I've been working on, you can also do a search for monochrome on my channel, and you can see what I worked on a while back. Okay. I'm trying to decide if what I should do is make this a pocket that goes this way, and that way we could put something in it later. I'm going to do this. I'm going to flip this over on itself for a moment. Another thing I could do is put this down and then have it flip over. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue this one down. And then I'm going to find a piece of paper that I can put on the back and make a hinge so that can flip over. So that side has a journal card here. Okay. Oh, I see. I should figure out, why is this bumpy? And it's because of that page. Okay. I'll keep that this way. If I put this here, and it was to hinge over where you could write on this side, that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Okay. got a piece of cardstock here. So here's what I'm thinking is if I glue this down and score right here, cut this off, and then put this where it'll flip over. And then this is cardstock, so it's nice and sturdy. So let's cut this apart. Make it nice and neat. Let's keep that out for a moment. All right, so I want it on this side because I want it to flip that way. I'm going to glue this down and then score this piece of paper. Oh, you have to save the monochrome ones too in your playlist. Good job, good job. I started a playlist. I think I forgot because I was having computer problems today to add this video to it. I'll have to look after the live is over and figure out what I need to add. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece and lay it in here. Actually, I want to do it this way. I'm trying to figure out where do I want to do this. I'm making that even with the black, and I'm going to use my bone folder to score because it's cardstock and it's kind of heavy. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this in and really burnish that edge. All right, so now I'm going to do some distressing. Go all the way around. Now you can do dishes without extra soap. Margie, you crack me up. Thank you for your time today, everybody. Thank you for your thumbs up and sharing this video, for donations of your time, all those good things. I think that'll be super cute right there. All right. So I'm going to put glue on this piece. And put this down kind of in the middle. And then flip this over. Now, should we put something here that is the same size so that when this flips over, we have another piece behind there? Or we could put a pocket. We could put a smaller piece of paper in here. What should we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I have a piece of ivory cardstock. I could cut it a little bit smaller, or I can make it the same exact size as that piece and put it here. And then this would flip over. Probably we'll have to put a paper clip to hold this close on the page right there. I think we could do that. You live flips. I'm thinking, let's cut this piece. All right, so I should have cut this piece beforehand, but I think I can get away with marking it. So I'm going to mark it here, or I need to cut that off. And I need to make this the same height and cut that off there. I'll make it a little bit smaller, go inside that tick mark that I made. So we'll cut this one off. Scoochy, scoochy, scoochy. And then cut this one off. Used up another scrap of paper. So now this one can go here. And then, yeah, that works. I probably should put a little tab on that maybe. Let's distress this and then glue it down. I think I'm going to go another week with this. Y'all like it? I hope you do. I hope you're enjoying this. So I need to go in there and rewrite the code. Is that what you're telling me? That Junkie Joe wiped them clean with Dawn? You made it back! Hey! We're so glad to have you back, Naomi. Alright, so let's put this right here. And what I'm going to do is fold that. Alright, now we need to stamp something inside here. I've got this henna rose stamp. And I think what I'm going to do, because I should have stamped it before I glued it down. That happens. So I'm going to get a couple pieces of paper here. Line it up with the edge. And then, oh, I can't get a hold of it. There we go. But you're off sick. Well, I hope you feel better. I hope that things get better for you, Naomi. I think that looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I'm going to do this corner over here as well. There we go. Dry! Dry! Okay. That goes like that. Now, I know we're going to need or want a paper clip. Oopsie. I just saw this one. It's white. So I think what I'm going to do is just clip it like that. So now when we get to this page, you unclip it, and then this flips open, and you have this whole area. So it's a backwards card. Like that. Okay. Let's put some things away. All right, so that's going to go here. Oh, wait. It goes this way. There we go. That's going to go there. And then I found these pieces of scrapbook paper that I had left over. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fold this over for a moment. Okay. I've just got this piece of black and gold cardstock, and I was thinking of putting this as a pocket on top of here. I think I'm going to have tabs on these so that my card that I made will fit in there. I can't get my words out. You really like all my ideas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, passing the bug around. Well, I hope not. Yuck. That's no fun to be sick. Blut, blut, blut. All right, I need a book page. that one. I'm going to cut some strippies. I need some 1-inch strips. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I may not need that many, but it's always handy because I use them. I'll find them on my desk later. I say, oh, I need that. That was perfect. Okay. So with this one, what I'm going to do, take this little strip and glue it along the bottom here. Another thing I could have done is just glue the whole piece of book page on the back side and then fold it over the edges. That makes it a lot cleaner. I don't know why I didn't do that today, but you know, we got to do the hard way. All right, and then I'm going to put one going up the sides. Put one here. Okay. And then go on this side. Glue it down. Wipe away the excess glue. And then I'll just cut this corner here. Cut this corner. Cut this corner. And let that dry for a moment. Let's do this one. Glue another strip down. Do you make pockets like this? I find that I make them all based off of what I'm working on. You know, sometimes it's all because of the piece of scrap that I have. Scraps used in action, exactly. Okay, put one here. Get a hold of this. Slide it into place. Okay. Move out of the way. There we go. Get rid of the scrappy scraps. All right, so this one should be fairly dry. Yes, when you're not feeling lazy. I understand. I do. Okay, this way. Fold this one over. Okay. And then this is going to go here on the page. Okay. All right. This is going to go here. Smooth it out. Okay. Get that a moment to dry. Fold the edges on this one, and we'll glue this one down. I don't have a card for the top pocket. I have one for the bottom pocket that I made. So maybe we'll find something in my stash here of cards that we can use. I think what I want to do is put this in the pocket and then position this one just a little bit above so it doesn't cover up the pocket when it's placed. There we go. So this one will go in here and not cover this one up. And we just need a card for up there. So, whoopsie, all my things that I had for the other side fell out. So let's measure. What do I need for up here? So this pocket is 5 1/4 inches, and I can go as tall as 5 1/2 inches. So let's see. I think I saw an ivory card here. I think I'm catching on it. There we go. So if I just cut that shorter, that would be a good size card. We said 5 1/2 inches. So let's look at 5 1/2 inches. I think this is a 6-inch card. Okay, that fits in there. Let's add some distress inks to it. I may not decorate it today. I've got some washi tape we could put across the edge. I could stamp on it again like I did the others. I think I may stamp across the top. Let's do that sunflower stamp. And I'm just going to stamp it a couple of times on the top. I'll go this way. I'm going to turn it over so it has a different look on this side. There we go. Now, put this away and put this in the pocket. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I know we've got debris everywhere. Got to get out of the way. All right, let's flip this over. I started this page by gluing down a piece of scrapbook paper. I left a little gap back here. And then I had a piece of black paper on my desk, and I just folded up 1/4 of it and thought, well, what if I were to place that on this page? I also have this fussy cut flower. Maybe we could put that on a journal card, maybe put that in the middle. It's hard to distinguish the edge of the pocket from this portion. Should I put some rubber stamping on there? And that way it'll look different because it'll have a definite... I think that's what we'll do. Let's do some stamping in gold embossing powder, and then we can... You found a nice... Now it has 3 horses running in a desert-looking area. Oh, cool! Nice! Oreo's barking. I don't know if that means Henry came home or if he's just barking because he can. So I'm going to stamp the henna rose across here and emboss it. I may do it again. Let's do this. Do I want to do it at the top or... Yeah, okay. All right, let's see how this looks. So the idea is that when this is closed, you can see the edge there. And I think I want to do that one too. But first, I want to emboss this real fast. Oh, there you go. Julie and Naomi could do a trade. Y'all are closer together than we are. You won't have to pay as much for shipping. I don't know what shipping in Australia to Australia is. Although here in the United States, has it gotten up to $1 yet? I think it's really close if it's not. I haven't shipped anything, or mailed an envelope in a while, so I don't know what the postage rate is in the United States for an envelope. Okay. I like that. And I think I'm going to just turn this around and do these two corners the same way. Okay. Dip this in. There we go. Put this away. You can usually get it for a few dollars for an A4. Okay, gotcha. So you need more Aussie friends. Do you have a community? This is for everybody, not just those girls in Australia. Do you have a community of crafty friends that you can get with, hang out with? Or I know some of you don't get out much, Margie. But are the others of you, do you have someone that you can kind of hang out with and possibly get together and do a crafty retreat, even if it's just for a day? Hey, Jennifer, look at your calendar for the first week in September. And Thursday through Sunday, I have been invited to a retreat. I don't even know where it is yet. I'll have to look it up. And maybe you want to go. All right, so this, I was thinking, could go on the page right here. And if we glue it, this will be a pocket, and then there'll be a pocket behind. How's that? And we've got room that we could add other things to it. Sometimes I feel like I just keep adding and adding and adding. All right, I'm just kind of getting that to glue shut. It didn't stay shut, did it? Let's put a little clippy on there. Got some clippies here. There, we'll do that. It might fit. It may be too wide. But here's what I was thinking, was putting this book page that's been painted black and then putting this on top of it. Sounds like fun? Okay, well, I'll send you some information about it. See if that's something you want to go. You have a group of card maker friends that have together or get together once a month. Oh, that's nice. Gotcha. And you trade things for any that you don't need anymore. You can swap them. Okay. This should be dry. I think what I want to do is glue that down, but cooperate with my hair. Piece of paper. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this down. and make it so it has a pocket behind it. And that way I know for sure that this big card can fit in my pocket. Okay. Now, cut off the excess. Let's put the clippies away. Put the clippies where they go. Cut that. And we can cut this at the top. I'm getting used to my new cutter. It's different, but I'm getting used to it. All right, I'm going to fold this down at the top here. And I'm going to glue it down. That way it doesn't stick out above the top. Okay. And I'm going to cut this corner. And cut this corner. Cut this corner. Cut this corner. All right, we're going to get off here in just a moment. I'm just going to glue down this pocket, and we will pick up where I left off next week, working on this black and white journal. I'm enjoying the process of using up my scraps and chatting with y'all. I hope you like it. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I've purchased or been given over the years, and I have such a large abundance of them, but I, like you, Naomi, I'm not going to use 25 of the exact same thing. So it's time to pass those along. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to put it in the middle, just because this journal is getting really chunky, and I don't want everything just at the bottom. So using these tabs, I'll glue this down. Okay. Let's put that right about here. There we go. Oh, she has a Kallax cube boxes, and you have one that's full of napkins. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to put this. It's got a boo-boo on it, so I'm going to put this piece over it, and then that should fit. Oh, good. That's perfect. So that'll go there. This will go on top, and I think I may do some stamping in the background of this piece. What do you think? I think that'll look good to go there. And then I need a card for the front. I just saw this little piece. I have to trim it. Let's see if I've got one that's smaller already cut. This one might be smaller. It is. Okay, cool. So I've got a card that can go in this pocket. And then I've got a card that'll go in this pocket. I may need to trim this one down a little bit, but I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Okay. I'm going to paper clip this together so it doesn't get lost, because I will be flipping through this journal, adding more things to the other pages that we haven't gotten to yet, and I don't want to accidentally lose what we did. So let's flip back through kind of what we've done so far today a little bit. All right, now you cooperate. I may have to do some finagling here. Here we go. I've got some things paper clipped that I want to put together on a couple of the pages. All right. All right, so we've got pretty much the first journal, I think, is or the first signature, that's what I was trying to say, is done. We could probably come back in and add some bling, something like that. And then this one is what we've done so far. Adding the pockets, stamping. I like these little ones, how those turned out. That turned out pretty cute. So I think I need to add some more bling. And I had boo-boos, so I just stamped. This one I had already done because we made that during a live. And then this has got the flip out. And we've got a paper clip here. We can put it back together. And then this has got pockets here and here. And then this one is just temporarily in spot. Over here I did the corner pockets. And let's see. This one I haven't, this one doesn't go there. Aha. This I have paper clipped together because I was trying to decide if I wanted to put it on top of this. Can I like the bunny picking out here? Or I may put it up high. I don't know. I'm going to paper clip it to this page. This page I did glue down some of the tissue paper I have. I've given y'all some in the subscription boxes, and I layered on the top of it. And then I've got the last signature. I've just been sticking things that I thought I wanted to do in here. I haven't done all of them yet, so I'll work on that for next week. I hope you've enjoyed today. I hope you've been inspired to create, I think this is a fun one, to have some fun with what you already have in your stash and make some cool things. Let's go ahead and pick a winner. Julie's the only one that's gotten in the raffle for some junk bucks. Get it out, use it, or start trading. Yep. Aw, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, I'll give y'all a second to get in there. So then I've got this coloring book page that I pulled. I think that'll be good to add to some of the pages too. Yay! I'm glad you had fun. You stamp the white sheets with brown or black ink and collage. Yeah, good. That's a good idea. Got Naomi and Jennifer in the raffle. Whoop, whoop. All right. She needs the box. All right, buddy. I'll send you a message probably later tonight or tomorrow and get your coupon code for last month fixed up so you can use it. All right, let's pick a winner. The winner is Naomi. All right, Naomi, I will add to, where is it? The currency. Got to find Naomi. Searchy. There you are. And edit and give you 3 and submit. I don't know. You have a couple of them, Naomi. Do exclamation bucks and let me know. You're welcome. You'll have more bucks to play with, right? Alrighty, everybody. Well, I'm going to get off here and have dinner with my husband. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You know, get in your little creative space and do something creative, whether it be make a little journal card, a tag, or a full-blown journal. Do something creative and then share it. Share it with your friends, share it online, share it wherever, mail it to somebody. Just let somebody else see what you've been working on. Let's see. You know, we're all going through all sorts of things in life. Some of us have invisible ailments that you can't see, so you never know what someone is going through. So do not judge people. For example, if they park in a handicapped spot and then they seem like they look normal, but they have obviously something going on, and that's why they park there. They have that right. So have compassion. Have kindness for others. And hopefully, if we all do that, then others will have kindness towards us, and we can start a movement where everybody is kind to everybody else, right? I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for your donations, Margie. I greatly appreciate you. You are so sweet. I greatly appreciate you. Y'all have an amazing week. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Y'all take care. I'm going to get off here. Bye, everybody.